So I'm Gail Bradbrook, I'm part of Extinction Rebellion, and I wanted to say something about the process we're undergoing at the minute to improve what we're doing. Extinction Rebellion came out of a group called Rising Up, and we set up in 2016. We did lots of consulting with groups at the time, and we had an internal review and consultation process in 2017 as well. So that's how we got to some of our principles and values. And then there were 15 of us in a room in May that decided to try and start a rebellion, having learnt quite a lot and done lots of groundwork. And we've got really big really quickly, and we're really happy. It's like a dream come true, and obviously it's also really overwhelming. And there's been a lot of criticism of how we function, that we're not transparent and our decision-making processes aren't clear and things like that, and other critiques and so on. And yeah, I agree with loads of that, and apologise that it's like that at the minute, and we really want to change that. So the first thing in this video is just to really reassure you that that's not how we want things to be, and that's simply because there were 15 people to start off with, and nobody really cared what we thought or what we were trying to do because we hadn't done it and it hadn't succeeded. So obviously once you're successful, there's a price of success. So there's been a coordination team from working groups, and I'm not going to try and explain all of that because it's historical anyway. We've just going through a process of disbanding that coordination team to put some other structures in place in an interim period, and it's been overseen by a restructure and review group. I think there's about 7 or 8 of us on that group trying to help this to happen. And so just wanted to say a few principles about what we're trying to do. So first of all, what we really want to do is reach a system which is transparent and where power is distributed. And the idea of that is to be an international decentralised network. And so the first thing we need to do is learn about how that works, what we can do about that, what are good practices to use. So we've already had some advice from somebody who's an expert in holacracy. We've set up some conference calls for anybody who organises with Extinction Rebellion with an expert called Mickey Kashtan. And so if you haven't heard about those and you're an organiser, you'll find it on our base camp or via your local coordinator, or contact us if you aren't getting that information through. And so we're doing a bit of a review of what's good practice, basically. Then we are also doing debriefs and reflections and teams, and there's one on Saturday the 15th in London. That should be on our Facebook page. And we're also doing questionnaires and debriefs within teams and that kind of a thing. So we keep saying it's a bit of an iterative process so we can move towards something. I'm not going to share a huge pile of information right now because A, it'll be overwhelming, and B, it's not quite necessary yet to say where we are because it keeps changing. We're still figuring it out. It's top and bottom. The thing that we are hoping to share really soon, probably with this video, is a questionnaire that's really aimed at participants and observers of Extinction Rebellion, so not people who've necessarily been actively organising. It's more for people, although you're welcome to fill it out as well, it's more for people who've maybe turned up to something or have been watching this on social media. So we're just wanting to get your impression of how we're doing. If I'm honest, I think we'll not do that well on some of the questions, and that's okay for now, but the point is to improve, isn't it? So just asking for people's patience and saying we do really want to make these changes and they're really important. And I guess the thing that makes me really happy and excited to be doing this process is I think if we get it right, there's some element of prefiguring a new world, because it's about how do we create and design structures and processes that include everybody. And that's what we really, well, in my heart, that's what this is all about, really, is moving towards and as rapidly as possible, as well as dealing with the ecological crisis. I personally think the two won't work unless they both happen together. So I hope that's enough information for now. I'm sure people want more, and we will carry on communicating and hopefully getting better. Thank you.